Hi there, it's Analytical Check. How are you doing today?
Oh, well, people need to be awake and they need to be aware and they need to stand up against society.
So today I wanted to talk to you about Laura Loomer getting kicked out of CPAC. And the question of the day is, was CNN behind it? Yeah. So I see this video come up in my subscriptions. Go over to there we go. Alright. So I see this video come up in my subscription. Should CPAC ban distasteful people? From this Anne. I subbed to her a while ago. I guess she hasn't uploaded in like forever. I haven't watched a video from her forever. And then I saw in the comments people were like, "Where have you been? Where have you been?" So anyway, so apparently the reason why is because she hasn't been uploading. So I watched this video from her, and it's about. So she talked about Nick Fuentes, which I have no sympathy for him. But as I'm watching this, I'm like, well, yeah, of course he was banned. He's not a conservative. He's alt-right. But then here's the problem with this. Then I later see, big scary title from Vince. Look at where I paused it. That looks terrible. Anyway, big scary title, The Truth About CPAC from Vince. And, he says, I think he changed the title. I could swear when I originally clicked on it, it said something like, who was let in, who was banned, who was banned and who was welcomed or something like that. And I was like, wait, who was let in? Because I already knew from the other video, or I thought I knew, there were a few other people that were also banned. Some other alt-right people who were banned. And I, on its surface, I don't have much sympathy for alt-right being banned. But why is the left being let in? Why is a group like CNN allowed to assert itself and complain? Because this is the next video that I watched. I'm going to go ahead and play a little clip of this. Here we go.
Us could have it. Well, the bars are behind us, but it feels like they should be in front of you because, of course, you were jailed and completely iced out of CPAC. You were ghettoized, Laura.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me. What happened today? Walk us through what exactly occurred.
Right, so I was given media credentials at CPAC. I applied a while back for my credentials to attend as a journalist because, as you know, I run a media company called Illuminate Media. I'm an independent conservative journalist, and I loomer people, in particular leftists. And so I wanted to attend CPAC to raise awareness about social media bias of conservatives because I had 265,000 followers on Twitter and I was banned. I mean, I've been banned everywhere from Uber, Lyft, Twitter, PayPal, GoFundMe, Venmo, all over the place, right? And so I've been here. I talked to Don Jr. I gave him a Stop the Bias hat. I've talked to a lot of people since I've been here, and it's been great. So yesterday I was walking through the halls of CPAC, and I saw Oliver Darcy. Oliver Darcy is a guy who works for CNN, and he's the one who took credit for getting Alex Jones banned. And it came out that he had been talking with Twitter to get Alex Jones banned, and the video that got Alex Jones banned was when Oliver Darcy was at the congressional hearing with Alex Jones, and I was there too. And Oliver Darcy, who wants to always be like a perpetual victim, he decided that he couldn't handle Alex Jones going up to him and confronting him about CNN or something. And so Alex Jones ended up getting banned the very next day because they said that he was bullying.
All right. So I don't want to play too much of somebody else's clip, but I've already linked this in the description. Basically, long story short, she went up to Loomer Oliver Darcy at CPAC. I actually thought it was going to get to that point faster. I'm sorry. She went up to, quote unquote, Loomer this Oliver Darcy from CNN. She went to Loomer him at CPAC, and she ends up following him into the media area, and he calls security on her. And the next day when she tried to get in, she apparently had been loomered by him. I don't know if you'd call it that, loomered, in that case, because her thing is she gets in people's faces, and that's what loomering is. But anyway, getting in their faces, and confronting them about their actions, like the left. And this is really good. We actually need that. She had a little trouble finding her way when she came out, when she moved from undercover journalism and she went to the rebel media. She did a couple stunts that were kind of cringy, but getting in the face of leftists and asking them hard questions, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's actually a good thing. And I mean, if you look at, that's kind of like, you had that snowflake who got in the elevator with Senator Snowflake, who's now retired, and like, why don't you care? Why don't you? I've thought about, like, maybe I should hunt down Chuck Schumer and be like, how come you don't care that immigrants have grabbed my ass? How come you don't care that immigrants have grabbed my ass? Why don't you care about me as one of your constituents? But then again, I'd probably end up arrested because the left is in cahoots with all of the people who can arrest people, and I can't get arrested because I just can't. I don't have, like, family to bail me out and stuff. Anybody to, like, help me, but so I want to go back to, actually, let me see real quick if any of you guys are commenting. Oh, it says my stream health is bad. I'm sorry. How's it going? Is anybody here watching? Any comments? Tony Patriot, what's up, AC? What's up, Tony Patriot? Alright. So, I want to talk a little bit about Vince's video. I know I paused and, like, his eyes are closed. He, like, looks, like, kind of weird where I paused.
I'm uploading this video a little bit later in the day than usual. It's been a long time since I haven't uploaded.
There. Now I paused it on, like, kind of a more normal pose. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about Vince's video a little bit. Now, I'm going to critique, of course, the fact that he critiqued that there was a lot of emphasis on Israel for CPAC, and I'm also going to critique this, sort of, but I'm going to critique it in kind of a different way. Here's my thing. So, as a Jew, you look at, like, Michelle Malkin's speech was talking about immigration. Immigration is a very important issue because, and the jihadis being let in, because if you're gonna sit here and be like, oh, we're global this, global that, and if we're gonna be like all neoconish, the problem with that is the neocons are too nice to the left. This conference was too nice to the left. I mean, if there's anybody conservative cannot get into anything that the left runs. I mean, you see they have these open, like, walks and marches on sidewalks, and conservative citizen journalists go in and try to, like, ask questions, and they start whispering in people's ears, and they, like, get their security, and they, like, physically drag these people out of, their little marches or their little events. And yet, we invite the left in. So, this is the problem that I have with this, is, plus, the left is not on the side of Israel. So, they're sitting here all about Israel, according to Vince, and he showed some convincing arguments of that. But here they are supporting Israel, but they're also supporting the left. Like, as a Jew, I'm aggravated. We had one of these Democrat writers for one of the local papers. This paper constantly gets letters to the editor from people from the right, basically saying, like, it's time to leave the Democrat Party. Like, if you're not out of it, like, time to leave. Come on, AOC is crazy. They're picking on us as Jews. And so this is the thing when I'm doing this live. So there's people who still want to maintain hope in the Democrat Party, even in the face of everything. You have Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You have all of this going on, and the fact of the matter is that these people that the people that are doing this stuff, you could sit there and say like, oh well, it's just them. But one of the problems is the left is not calling these people out. For the most part, they're not calling these people out, and I did hear that some people in New York are planning on trying to primary AOC out of her district, which I'm all for that. If the Democrat Party is going to try to take back their party from people like that, I will go out, I will campaign with them, no problem. Because she's dangerous. I mean, she's kind of a ditz, but she has string pullers behind her that know what they're doing, and that's really what's going on. What's her name? Magdalene Rose. I love Magdalene Rose. How did I not think of her name? Magdalene Rose actually did a video about how the string puller, one of the main string pullers behind her, is this guy who's her chief of staff, Saikat Chakrabarti. Yeah, I know. Say that one 5 times fast. Saikat Chakrabarti. Anyway, he's her chief of staff, and he is like the string puller. He's actually the one who wrote the Green Deal. And then, of course, you have her being like, you do it, because you're not me. I'm in charge. I'm doing it. I mean, she sounds like a child. She doesn't even, people say she sounds like a high schooler. I don't even think she sounds like a high schooler. At least in that video, when she was like on stage and she was saying that, she sounded like worse than a high schooler. She sounded like 5th grade. Or like a high schooler who's like doing something within a high school, because you have to admit, if a high schooler, your average high schooler was like put into actual Congress, they'd probably try to sound better than that. And they'd still, I think, be mature enough to sound better than that. But anyway, so that's that. But so the other thing that let me finish my thought about Vince's video. Of course, he was very upset about his alt-right people being banned from the conference. And I wasn't too upset about that, because I'm like, well, alt-right isn't conservative. But I definitely got more upset when I found out that the left was invited. And one of these issues with putting Israel so high up on a pedestal like this is that if America goes away, I mean, you can sit there and say we're pro-Israel, but if America goes away, so does Israel. I mean, Israel, as much as I'd like to think better, and they hold their own on, but you have to realize that what would add in addition to Israel not getting the U.S.'s support if the U.S. went down, all of those like nukes and army and all of that facilities that we have in the U.S., if it fell, it would probably be going against Israel. And Israel can't withstand that, plus all of the other forces that are already against it. So, that's another video that it starts to get into another video that I want to eventually do, a video about immigration and war and treason, kind of, and how they all like feed together. So at some point I will do that. But it is 3:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna try to go back to sleep. I was sleeping. I'm not still up. I slept and then I woke up. So no, I want to try to get a couple more hours of sleep. All right, everybody, all 2 of you. Actually, one of them is probably my own self. But Tony Patriot and whoever else is watching the video, and whoever shall watch this video later on. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel, and I will see you all next time.
People need to be awake and they need to be aware. They need to stand up against the stuff. People need to be awake. People need to be awake and they need to be aware. They need to stand up against the stuff.
And it's so politically engaged.
And is so politically engaged.